afternoon, this is Matthew Bell of www.mattbell.org. I'm at Corfe Castle. I'm a member of the National Trust, and it's about the second time I've actually been able to use my membership. I should have used it a lot more to highlight our heritage. And this is within Corfe Castle. I come here today on the 17th of December. No, so I think it's the 15th December, and looking over there is a village. Got the main church there. It's got St George's flag at the top there, and looking down on there, below there will be grazing. Can't grow a lot down there, so you use Swaledale sheep and Dexter cattle and Soay sheep to keep it short. That's part of wildlife conservation, which a few individuals, I'm afraid, within certain lobbies that don't like wildlife conservation say it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, because if this wasn't managed, along with the property here, no one would visit it. It's a iconic part of Dorset. It's an iconic landmark, so it has to be looked after, and the conservation is part of that, as well as looking after the heritage of this building. 1978, King Edward the Martyr was murdered by his stepmother Elfrida at the site of the old hall. I'm not exactly sure where that be, but it's somewhere around here. And I'm just scrambling for history. I'll be writing about this, so I'll be putting a link below. The last royal heir was Elizabeth I, sold it to Sir Christopher Hatton. 1635, the castle was sold to the Lord Chief Justice Sir John Banks. He and his family stayed true, or loyal to King Charles during the Civil War, while opposing parliamentary forces held almost all of Dorset. From 1643 to 1646, under the command of Dame Mary Banks, the Corfe Castle twice held off sieges during the Civil War. It was finally captured due to treachery from within its walls. After 1646, partial demolition by the order of Lady Banks' son Ralph, who tried to recover what he could. He later built a new mansion at Kingston Lacey, and obviously people locally will know that the Banks family had a seat at Kingston Lacey. And so looking back on more things, I just wanted to say that I'm also talking of history, I'm writing another article about the European House of History, and it talks about revising history of the Europe, and it's about the European Union. And the European Union it's only been in existence for about 7 months. This museum was opened in May of this year, and it basically rewrites history, really, allegedly. I've transcribed a YouTube piece of work by Paul Nielsen of Debate the Left, who talks about this. And in the museum, it talks about history from 1789, the French Revolution, right up to the present day. But pre-1789, there is no reference to history, which, I've just showed you about. And no reference, the only references pre-1789 are slavery and the colonialism. And whilst there were bad things that happened, Renaissance and inventions and the development of writing and universities and everything else, there's no reference to that in this European House of History Museum, which is rather bizarre. And the EU basically is trying to imply that this doesn't matter, or it clearly does matter. There's references to socialism and Karl Marx. Not that there's wrong with socialism, and Karl Marx, it's questionable, had a great impact on society. We can maybe agree to differ on that. Maybe some who will disagree with me in saying that. But he wouldn't like history like this. He wouldn't like this to be remembered. History is rewritten. No reference to this in the European House of History, for sure. But that aside, on this article, I also focus in on the radicalisation, the radicalism of those who are really in charge, and the lack of belief in freedom of speech. If you don't conform to certain thoughts, you're demonised by name, and that's said as progression. I don't think that's progression. It's horrible, and it's not nice at all. Although it's sugar-coated to make it look nice, which it's not. Anyway, I'll be writing about this bit about the history of Corfe. But I haven't done it. I kicked it down the road, and I've been meaning to do it for weeks, and perhaps years. But now I'm going to do it. So watch this space. Hopefully, it'll be written before I upload this video, and the video I've already spoken about as well. So if you like this video, please subscribe button, and if you'd like to donate to what I'm trying to do, then please you can pay via PayPal, and I'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time, and please get down. Later there will be a light festival in here, so for the winter it's going to be open until 7 o'clock tonight, so nobody will be in time to get it before I upload this, so that's not really relevant, but it's interesting that this is happening today. Okay, calling out, and have a good weekend. Bye.